Hey guys,
Hi.
so this is the update for the second week where we talk about our vision, the five eyes, the massive canvas, and the value chain. So let's start with our vision. Um, Last week we pivoted from our initial hackathon project and started thinking about a more satellite related issue, which is uh, which is that people don't really have access to space-related data, and they don't really know about it, and uh, and we think that yeah, people should have access to all this information, and with this knowledge, they could open up new perspectives. They could build new applications. They can just create new businesses and solve solve different problems and make their life a little bit easier or way more easier if they solve a complex data problem. So yeah, it's called Cosmos Computing. Like us on Facebook. We also had to think about the five eyes. So the problem statement is that everyday people don't really know anything about space data. They don't really know if it exists or what they can do with it or how they can access it. And we think the main problem behind this is that they think that it's only for big companies like NASA or science universities or just other big private companies like SpaceX. And the reason why they think this is because this whole area is very, very, very complicated. It sounds like they need to know a lot of things about math, physics, and various complex computations. They usually just use the term rocket science if they talk about things that they don't understand. And we think it's because the information is just way too complex for them, and they don't understand how it can be applied to everyday scenarios. And this is because they just don't know how the results of such difficult and complex computations would affect their everyday life, and uh, and how they can use all this information to make their life a little bit easier or better. And we think it's because they don't have a platform that they can use to access space data very easily. And this is because people don't have access to a very easy platform that they can just log on, like Gmail, and access information very easily and use that to their everyday life.
So after we came up with the five whys, we thought we have to update the massive canvas a little bit, especially the fourth what if, which is now what if we could connect everyone to the exact information to help them solve their own problems in their businesses or in their life. And we are hoping to reach this final step with the first step of using satellite data and connect people to satellite data. In our value chain, we discovered that there are three sections of Earth observation. First one is the upstream, with infrastructure manufacturers at the top. They make and they manufacture satellites. Then the next part is launch services. They are launching satellites. The second section is called midstream. These are the satellite owners and maintainers. So there are the data acquisition companies and the data storage companies in this part. And then the data goes to data processing to the downstream. And once the raw data is processed, usually either consulting companies or end users get to use it. So this is our basic value chain of Earth observation. And we are thinking that with the number of satellites being launched, especially the nanosatellites and the CubeSats, there is a gap between the data acquisition, data storage, and the end users or the consulting companies, and we could fill that gap by providing access to the satellite data that the CubeSat owners have, by offering a platform to end users or consulting companies to access this data.
Yeah.
So if you take a look at our value chain canvas, we have universities, space agencies, and small and medium enterprises here are owning CubeSats. They would be our users, and they will have the ability to share the costs of running a satellite by selling the usage time of their satellites. And we would also have geospatial consulting businesses and data researchers or end users using satellite data as consumers. So consulting services would have access to data already, but they would probably have to pivot if the really simple usage of the satellite data would not be needed anymore. So if end users could access the same information from other sources, then the consulting services need to pivot to something more complex. In this case, they would be able to use the satellite data, but will need to do some other stuff on it to make it valuable for the customers. And other data researchers and end users who are using data, they would be able to get instant data or future data from given satellites, and they would be able to access this satellite at a given allocated time that they would choose there as they need it. So that's our value chain canvas from now, and in the next update we will talk about our value proposition and our lean canvas.